Hello everyone, it's Seth, probably better known as Saffron Olive, and it's time for another edition of Budget Magic. And this week, we are heading to Modern to discard some squees, 8 of them, to Zombie Infestation, hopefully with Faith of the Devoted on the battlefield. We are playing 8 Squee Infestation, so let's talk about the deck, jump into some games, see it in action. Alright, so here is our 8 Squee Infestation deck. And before I talk about it, quick shout out to Eli R, who sent me a deck they were working on with the 8 Squees and Zombie Infestation. That inspired me to build my version of the deck for Budget Magic, so definitely a sweet bit of inspiration there from Eli. Anyway, let's talk about this deck. So the key part of this deck is now, thanks to Modern Horizons 2, we essentially have 8 Squee Goblin Nabob. Squee, weird creature, main upside is, if it's in our graveyard on our upkeep, we return it to our hand. We now have Master of Death, which essentially does the same thing. We gotta pay 1 life, but at the beginning of our upkeep, we can bounce it back to our hand. This gives us 8 creatures that we can discard and get back into our hand every turn, which opens up some interesting synergies. Synergy number 1, Zombie Infestation, lets us discard 2 cards to make a 2/2 black zombie. So if we can get, let's say, 2 Squees or Master of Death in the graveyard, every turn we discard them, make a zombie. If we get 4 of them going, we get 2 zombies for free. If we get 6 or 8, we could be making 3 or 4 zombies for no mana every turn just by discarding our Squeeze and Master of Death. Then we have Faith of the Devoted. This is our big finisher. Faith of the Devoted, when we discard a card, we can pay 1 mana to drain for 2. So we do that same loop where we're discarding Squeeze and Master of Death repeatedly to make zombies. As we're discarding them, we can pay mana to drain our opponent for 4 or 6 or 8 every single turn with Faith of the Devoted, which at best just kills our opponent. At worst, it keeps our life total high, and we can beat down with our zombies and eventually win. The rest of the deck, we're trying to stock our graveyard and find our pieces. Because we have all those Squeeze and Masters of Death, which we really don't want to draw. We'd much rather mill them, because we're going to get them back in our hand anyway. We have stuff like Stitcher's Supplier, Stinkweed Imp to fill the graveyard. Life from the Loam works pretty well with Zombie Infestation. We can get back some lands, discard them to Zombie Infestation is another way to power out some zombies. Commune with the Gods fills the graveyard and digs for enchantments, so it's a way to find Faith of the Devoted, to find our Zombie Infestation. Then we have our removal, most important pieces. Deadly Brew, kind of like Eternal Witness Edict. We make each player sacrifice. If we sacrifice, we can return a permanent to our hand, so this is a way we can get back a Faith of the Devoted or a Zombie Infestation that we happen to mill to our Stitcher Supplier or something. Bone Shard's insane in this deck, so we can discard Squeeze and Master Death, so it's just like 1 mana, kill anything, really no drawback. Abrupt Decay Maelstrom Pulse can hit anything, including graveyard hate artifacts and enchantments. Mana base, typical budget stuff. Field of Ruin, really good in this deck because we can loam it back and repeatedly use it. Sideboard, we get some combo / control hate and duress, more removal, stuff for Tron and combo, graveyard hate, some life gain for aggro, and that is 8 Squee Infestation. That's our Budget Magic deck for this week, so let's jump into some games, see if we can grind out some value from our graveyard, drain some opponents out with Faith of the Devoted. So thanks so much for watching. I hope you all enjoy it, and I'll be back in a bit with a wrap up. Looking for some sweet new Dungeons and Dragons Adventures in the Forgotten Realms cards? Well, you can order them now from our sponsor Card Kingdom by heading over to cardkingdom.com. Budget Magic time. We are 8 Squee loaming in Modern. Do we keep this? We don't really have any discard, so we have removal. Well, we'll keep this. We got the Faith of the Devoted. Hopefully we find some extra pieces. Woodland Chasm, yeah. I mean, we got a removal spell into the Faith of the Devoted, and then we just need to find a way to start discarding, basically. Expedition map. All right, so opponent is Troning. I guess the only bit of good news is we do have a field, 2 Field of Ruins. Well, play a forest. Pass the turn. I mean, that does help slow our opponent down, hopefully. Urza's Tower. Opponent passing. Field of Ruin. Pass the turn. So we want our opponent to activate this map before we Field of Ruin. Oh, if we can find a life from the loam, we might actually be in pretty good shape here. If we can just keep loaming back Field of Ruins, that's probably going to make it hard for our opponent to Tron at least. Opponent cracks the map, gets a power plant. Well, we will. Field of Ruin, get rid of the tower. Grab a swamp. Pass the turn. Opponent untaps. Urza's power plant. Passing. Well, we will Field of Ruin. Blow up the power plant. How many wastes you got, friend? If they only have one waste, which they probably have more than one, we'll get a forest. Oh, no waste. Okay. Well, zombie infestation. Go. This is actually big because we can deadly brew back a... All right, discard. We can deadly brew back a Field of Ruin. Well, go to combat, attack. Opponent dismembers the zombie. Now play the land. Play Faith of the Devoted. Pass the turn. No strip mine this turn. Opponent. Blast Zone, and passing. Well, we will discard, Snarl Squee, make a zombie, double drain you, untap, get back the Squee, draw Stitcher Supplier. Well, Stitcher Supplier, mill a couple cards. Deadly Brew, sack Stitcher Supplier, get back Field of Ruin, mill some cards, play Field of Ruin, go to combat, attack you, pass the turn. Opponent, gonna charge the Blast Zone. We are going to Field of Ruin the Blast Zone. Get a Swamp. Only one Squee still, unfortunately. Opponent untaps. Draws a land. Finds a Karn. Takes it down. For what? Sky Sovereign. Okay. Well, we will go to combat, attack our... Oh, we gotta attack the Karn, unfortunately. Attack the Karn. We can't let Karn tutor again. Pass the turn. So we can discard the Squee to double drain. There's Sky Sovereign. Yeah, kills the zombie. Gonna be close. We can drain our opponent for almost lethal. Turns on Sky Sovereign. Yeah, we're just short. Zombie. Discard. Drain you. I think a removal spell. Well, no, removal spell doesn't quite do it. Get back the Squee. Faith of the Devoted. Well, we will pass the turn. Yeah, we might end up 1 point of damage short because our opponent can theoretically Karn for a Pithing Needle to shut down our ability to discard. And that would leave us 1 point of damage short. 6 mana. Ugin the Ineffable. Oh, I think this is fine. Discard. Yeah, I mean, we get 2 zombies, so... Oh, this doesn't work because... Oh, yeah, it does work. We should be good. This should be Xaxes. So they can turn on the Sky Sovereign and kill a zombie, but we still have another zombie, which attacks and kills our opponent. Yeah, Sky Sovereign attacks. I mean, unless our opponent can play something without any lands... All right, we get back to Squee. Sure. We go to combat. We attack you. Opponent blocks and dies. Whoo! Okay, that was pretty good. Overcoming Tron in game 1, and now Voidmere, insane against our opponent's deck. Insane. We can go up the Voidmeres. We can go down a Stinkweed Imp. We can go down a Stinkweed Imp. Go down a Damping Sphere 2, actually. Voidmere's the best against Eldrazi Tron, but so go down a Stinkweed Imp. Go down Abrupt Decay, and go down. Maybe we go down both stink. Let's go down both Stinkweeds. Let's try it like that. No dredge, basically. Well, that was not bad considering we didn't have more than 1 Squee effect going. Well, come on, Voidmere. Turn 2 Voidmere is what we want most of all. Ooh. No hate cards. We do have a Field of Ruin. We do have a quick zombie infestation. Opponent's keeping 7, which scares me. I think we got a mulligan for a hate card. All right. That's what we were looking for. We will put a Stitcher Supplier to the bottom. All right. Well, go Voidmere. That is an insane card in this matchup. It really limits what our opponent can do. Urza's Tower. Expedition Map. Well, Woodland Chasm. Go. We do need to draw 1 more land. Power Plant. Opponent passing. Well, Field of Ruin. Play Voidmere. Go. 1 more land is important because our opponent is most likely going to have to get a Blast Zone. And if we draw another land, then we can Field of Ruin the Blast Zone. I mean, I guess, okay, there's a Blast Zone. Well, pray for an untap land. Blast Zone. Do we draw an untap land? Come on, Magic Gods. No. Well, okay. So that means our opponent's going to get out from under this, which is pretty bad. Commune. Faith of the Devoted. Go. Oh, no. We had him hard locked, but we... did not draw the untap land for the Field of Ruin. Oh, not like this. Opponent takes up Blast Zone. I mean, this slows our opponent down, which is nice, but it means our opponent should be able to Tron and win. We really need to answer the Blast Zone. All right, opponent, Urza's Tower. Gonna pass. We draw. Well, I guess we loam. Loam back some lands. Play the Snarl. Pass the turn, but a little too late. Well, we'll see. They got to sack a land. Maybe they don't have Tron. Here goes a Voidmere. Opponent, do they have Tron? Or something equally brutal? Opponent, Expedition map to get Tron. Sacks it. I mean, the good news is we can start Field of Ruining. Urza's mine. Plays the mine. Opponent passes. We'll get back Squee, but not Master of Death yet. Yep. Master of Death, you can stay. I think we dredge Loam. Dredge the Loam. Field of Ruin, Urza's mine. Opponent makes a Scion. All right. I'll put him off Tron again for now. Get a 1-2. Get a Forest. Land of Warways. Zombie Infestation. Go. Well, let's see what our opponent can do with all their manas. Yeah, I guess we should. Man, I think I punted with this deck. We should have got back the Master of Death. Oh my God. Expedition map. Oh. Wow, the one turn where he missed that land drop is going to presumably cost us this game. Opponent, Urza's mine. And 6 mana, Reality Smasher. Okay, well, I mean, we might be able to deal with a Reality Smasher. Opponent goes attacking. We will discard to squeeze. We will discard Master of Death Stitcher Supplier. We will block, take 5, untap, get back all of our stuff. Squee returns. I mean, we might have this. We might still have this. Get back the Squee. Get back the Squee. Get back the Master of Death. Get back the Master of Death. Get back the Master of Death. We will loam back a couple of lands. Field of Ruin. Field of Ruin. Blow up Urza's mine. Get a swamp. Opponent, do you have a waste? I mean, so we get to make 3 more zombies. And then if we ever have a turn where we don't have to blow up a Tron land, we can get on Faith the Devoted and start draining for a pretty meaningful chunk of life. I think the question is, do we... Oh, opponent lost connection. I didn't even notice that. I didn't notice. I think we salted Tron right out of the game with our budget deck. The Voidmere, I was afraid it wasn't going to be enough because we didn't draw that land to deal with the Blast Zone. So our opponent, they would have just been hard locked until they find like a Cavern of Souls, and they're still mostly locked to Voidmere. But apparently it was still fast enough. Well, sweet. Yeah, we'll see if they return. Well, what's better than beating Tron? Salt him out of the game with the disconnect win, with a budget deck with Zombie Infestation and a million squeeze. It's like a double victory. Huh. Apparently it takes a long time for someone to time out these days. I thought it was 5 minutes, but I feel like our opponent's clock has been ticking down for a half hour. So, I mean, it's over. They're not coming back. That's pretty clear. But I guess we just got to wait for him to finish timing out. And opponent finally dies. Huh. Well, it took a while, but we salted out Tron, so double win. Sweet. Budget magic time. We are 8 Squee loaming in Modern. Dragon's Rage Channeler for our opponent. Well, let's get Snarlin. Snarl and a Stitcher Supplier. Ship the turn. All right, well, we milled a Squee. Well, and unfortunately a Zombie Infestation. Arid Mesa for our opponent. And Delver of Secrets. Interesting. How do we deal with the Delvers? Steam Vents untapped. And Lightning Bolt on the Stitcher Supplier. Okay. Get milled. Get hit. Murktide Regent. Well, get back a Squee. Sure. Why not? I mean, that is a Faith of the Devoted. Let's Snarl. Commune with the Gods. Looking for Zombie. Okay, well, we'll see. I mean, our opponent's just got a ridiculously fast clock. We do have our setup. If we can oh no. Oh no! Not only does it flip, it flips with a spell pier. Oh, that's daggers. Flipping is bad. Flipping with a spell pierce is something that we probably can't beat here. Not gonna get that back. Well, Bone Shards helps. We can play a Forest. We can Bone Shard. Delver. Discard Squee. We can pay for a Spell Pierce. Well, we'll see. These tap lands are going to be maybe an issue. Opponent opts, looking for probably a land. About it. Serum Visions. So opponent needs what a... Oh, it's going to turn on now. All right. So opponent's got a 3/3 Dragon's Rage Channeler. Okay. Hits us. Get him back, get him back. Another removal spell would be sweet. Can't do that one yet. Oh, these tapped lands. Well, we will play Llanowar Waste. We will play Zombie Infestation. Thought Scours. Well, pass the turn. Oh, if we draw an untapped land, things become much more exciting. Because then we can kill this Dragon's Rage Channel. Our opponent cracks. Down to 14. I mean, we do get to make some zombies, which is nice. Ooh, okay, so we have to draw... Oh, okay. Well, discard. This shrinks the Dragon's Rage Channeler. Unholy... Oh, they better not turn this back on. They got a mill of sorcery. All right, it's just a land, so we get to... Okay, this actually works. We might be okay now. Discard. Kill Dragon's Rage Channeler. Wow. We're actually probably going to survive this, because we get to untap. Opponent's tapped out now. We get back all of our stuff. Yes. Loam back lands. Untap lands. We play a Forest. Maelstrom Pulse. Murktide. Hit ya. Whoa! I can't believe we're going to overcome that. Opponent down to 12. I think we got a shot. Scalding Tard. Opponent cracks it. Serum Visions. Because now we get to make a bunch of zombies, and then we get Faith of the Devoted to start draining, and we can pay for the Spell Pierce. Opponent, Murktide returns. Well, end of turn. We will discard to squeeze. Discard Master of Death, Woodland Chasm. Untap. Get all of our stuff back. No loam this turn. So we play Field of Ruin. We play Faith of the Devoted. I assume our opponent's going to Spell Pierce. We could still lose, I think, to Double Bolt. Faith of the Devoted. Oh, opponent lets it go. Okay. So, go to combat, attack you. I think we're good. Opponent blocks. Goes to 7. We pass. But we can gain 6, so we're not dead to Murktide. Opponent sacks, going to draw a card. Yeah. Goes to combat, attacks. Well, we're going to do this now. So we don't get into bolt range. And we got the GG. Whoo! I cannot believe that we overcame that start. Opponent had Flip Delver, Dragon's Rage Channeler, Double Murktide, and we still got there. Okay. Well, Bone Shard definitely in. Maybe you go down a Maelstrom Pulse. Stinkweed feels good. Duresses would be fine. I don't know if we actually... I don't know if we can afford to bring them in. We could bring in Graveyard Hate. That might be worth it. Murktide is a bit scary. And I guess it helps shut down Dragon's Rage Channeler. But what do we cut? We want all of our removal. We want our combo pieces. I guess we could cut let's go down 2 Stitchers suppliers. Run it like that. Well, somehow we won game 1, which is kind of a big deal. Now we just gotta get lucky in 1 out of 2. Ooh. Sand has a lot of what we want, but 1 land. You know what, we're on the draw, we're gonna keep this. Fiery Islet. Delver of Secrets. Well, we will Llanowar Waste. And, Bone Shard. Discard Squee. Pass the turn. Come on, land. Opponent passes. We get back to Squee. And we draw a land. Well, all right. It's tapped, but that's fine. Woodland Chasm, go. Opponent, Thought Scours. Worried about a Murktide Regent just because Abrupt Decay cannot kill it. Delver. Well, we can kill the Delver, so that's fine. Opponent passes. We draw Forest. Now, let's just play a Stinkweed Imp. Opponent ups. Stinkweed Imp is a good blocker. If our opponent has to spend a removal spell on it, that's fine. And then we can dredge it. We can loam back lands that we dredge and hit our land drops and Abrupt Decay. Please not Murktide. Dragon's Rage Channeler. Opponent. Pass it. Play a land. play Zombie Infestation. All right, opponent has a hard counter. Leaves it on top. Well, we will... Well, you know what? Let's do this now. Let's Abrupt Decay Dragon's Rage Channeler. Pass the turn. Opponent. Would have been helpful to have that Zombie Infestation. What do you got, opponent? Stinky's kind of holding down the fort at the moment. All right, there's Murktide. Uh-oh. Opponent passes. Well, we will play a Faith of the Devoted. Oh, come on. All right, opponent has Spell Pierce. All right, well, pass the turn. Opponent's had all the answers so far. Opponent, Delver, does it flip? No. Second lands to draw cards. Come on, Stinky. Hold off the dragon. Opponent, another Delver. We just haven't been able to get any combo pieces going. Opponent passes. Well, yeah, I guess we pass. Ugh, this isn't good. We can Deadly Brew, but we'd have to sack Stinkweed, and then we take Infinite. Delver, not flipping yet. Thought Scour, Delver. Flips with a Serum Visions. Oh! Opponent draws a Petty Thief. Hits us for about 1 million, down to 6. Well, we will Deadly Brew. Kill the bad Delver. Stinkweed Imp. Pass the turn. Well, now if our opponent can kill Stinkweed Imp, we die. Oh boy. Expressive Iteration. That's 3 cards deep to find a way to kill Stinkweed. Counterspell. Opponent goes attacking. Okay, please. Please do that. We will block. Kill the Delver. Opponent passes. Dredge Stinkweed Imp. Life from the Loam. Back a Swamp. I mean, we're still dead to anything killing the Stinkweed. Stinkweed go. Opponent attempts. Opponent passes. Well, we untap. We draw. Faith of the Devoted. We play a Stinkweed Imp. Opponent counters. We play a Faith of the Devoted. Still dead to anything that kills Stinkweed. Come on. No removal, no removal, no removal, no removal. Opponent, Polluted Delta. Cracks it. Island. They're at 2. 2 Serum Visions. Do they find it? This is so close. 2 to the top. And they found it. Oh. Oh my goodness, that was so close. Well, let's bring back in Maelstrom Pulse, go down to Nile Spellbomb, run it like that. Wow, that was close. Oh, we needed like, Murktide Regent is a ridiculously scary Magic card. Well, we're on the play. I don't know how much that actually helps us. Wow, that was close. We got our vote all the way to 1. 1! If they hadn't hit the removal spell that turn, we could have got back another Stinkweed. And then the Faith of the Devoted was going to win us that game eventually. Oh, so close. All right, we get to play first. Zombie Infestation and literally nothing. Well, I mean, we want Zombie Infestation, but the literally nothing part is not great. All right, well, this will keep. We will put a Squee to the bottom. Well, we'll see. Woodland Chasm, go. Tap lands for literal days. Scalding Tarn for opponent. Woodland Chasm, go. Opponent cracks. Steam Vents, tapped. Opponent Islet. Well, we will commune with the gods. Whiff. Woodland Chasm, go. Opponent Steam Vents, untapped. Well, let's Loam. Get back some lands. All right, opponent counters. Sure. Pass the turn. Well, that's 1 counter out of hand. Opponent sacks the land to draw a card. Interesting. Plays a mountain. Dragon's Rage Channeler. Well, we'll dredge the Loam. We will Loam back some lands. Opponent has another counter. All right, well, we're getting our opponent to spend a lot of counters on a spell that we can keep dredging. Discard Stinkweed, kill Dragon's Rage Channeler, pass the turn. Opponent. Well, if it's Murktide Regent, then we gotta kill it. Murktide Regent. And a Tormod's Crypt. All right, well, that's pretty bad. We do get to Maelstrom Pulse the Regent, pass the turn. Opponent, Polluted Delta cracks it, Island. Even more Murktide Regents. Well, we will Bone Shards, kill Murktide Regent. Commune, get a Zombie Infestation. Pass the turn. Opponent passes. Well, play a Swamp. Play a Zombie Infestation. Counterspell number 30, pass the turn. Yeah, that Graveyard Hate got us good. Opponent finds a Delver. Deadly Brew. Kill the Delver, pass the turn. We need to find our other Loam, I think. Opponent ops. Problem is we're probably going to draw a ton of squeeze. And we don't have a way to do anything with them yet because our opponent keeps countering all of our stuff. Yeah, there's Squee 1. Go. Opponent ups. They're going to find another Murktide Regent, and we've run out of answers. Well, they found it. Yeah, I think in a non-budget build of this deck, we would play Fetch Lands and Shock Lands and have the ability to cast our Squeeze and Master of Deaths in a pinch, but, well, we found another answer. All right, that's 3 Murktides gone. Hopefully, we're about done with those shenanigans. Can we draw a Loam? Well, Faith of the Devoted. We're going to play it. Opponent. More counters, of course. Opponent. Brazen Borrower. Untaps. Goes attacking. We draw. Zombie Infestation. We will play it. Opponent. All right, another counter spell. Well, 1, 2. All right, so we've gone through essentially all the counter spells. Opponents cast them all, so hopefully we're done with that. Unfortunately, those counter spells have stopped everything we were trying to do. So yeah, Faith of the Devoted. Oh, come on. Jeez. All right, so opponents drawing every counter. Yeah, well, I mean, I think this Brazen Borrower backed by every counter is going to get there. Hits us down to 11. Opponent passes. We draw a land that doesn't do anything past the turn. Yeah. Oh, we just could not resolve a spell. Opponent had the Graveyard Hate and drew 6 counter spells this game. Opponent, more threats, passes, Master of Death, uncastable, and yeah, that does it. Wow. Well, that was super close. If we could have resolved a thing, that game would have went so much different, but, well, close. Budget Magic time. We are zombie infestationing, playing some 8 squeeze. Uh-oh, Affinity? Are we fast enough to keep up with Affinity? Well, Swamp, go. Uh-oh, I don't know about this. Opponent. Tap land. And hits us. Sure. Okay. Let's play Zombie Infestation. Yeah. So we can start discarding the Squee at least. Thoughtcast to draw some cards. We want to try to save Abrupt Decay for something that really matters. Oh, no fear. Well, we will discard Squee and Field of Ruin. Make a zombie. Block the Mem Knight. And untap. Get back the Squee. Ooh, another Squee. Okay, well, get him with a zombie. We got the combo. I mean, we might actually be okay now, because we get to get down Faith of the Devoted. And now we can just keep discarding these Squees, drain for 4, make a zombie each turn. Opponent tap land. And even if our opponent can make a big affinity board, we should hopefully be able to just block our way through. Frogmite. Thoughtcast. The new Affinity deck is pretty sweet. Another Frogmite. I think we got a chance, though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, we'll see. If they have a bunch of Mirror Enforcers, it gets scarier. Opponent passes. Well, discard the Squeeze. Make a zombie. No mana for draining at the moment. I think we attack. If our opponent wants to trade, I think we're okay with that at the moment. Get back a Squee. Get back a Squee. Go to combat. Attack you. And I mean, we just keep doing this and hope that it's enough. Opponent takes it. Yeah, pass the turn. Opponent's down to 14, but they're taking 4 more here from these Faith of the Devoteds. Ornithopter joins the party. Yeah. Ooh, Urza Saga. Okay, that's a good one. Thought Monitor draws some cards. So opponent's going off. Thought Monitor draws some more cards. Jeez, Thought Monitor draws some. I mean, that's what makes the new builds of Affinity so ridiculous. Like, they just snowball ridiculously hard. Sojourner's Companion. Sojourner's Companion. Jeez. Sojourner's Companion. Springleaf Drum. Opponent goes to combat. Well, we'll see. This is going to be really close. Well, we discard the Squeeze. Make a zombie. Drain for 4. Untap. Get back the Squeeze. Yes, please. Well, let's play the land. Pass the turn. I think, unless our opponent has some sort of interaction, I think we only have to survive 1 more turn. So hopefully we just chump block our way through this. I don't think they can kill us this turn. If they have, like, cranial plating, we can blow it up. Cranial plating would be a lot at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13 artifacts. Yeah, cranial plating is a lot of damage. An opponent, they see what's happening. Okay, we got there. Opponent made a huge board, but not fast enough. So, Reclamation Sage. Void Mirror, Bone Shard. Void Mirror actually seems reasonable here. We'll go down what are we cutting? Abrupt Decay does get some stuff. Let's go down 2 Stitcher Suppliers, 1 Loam, a Deadly Brew, and 1 Master of Death. Try it like that. Void Mirror on turn 2 could be kind of funny. It doesn't just beat our opponent, but it should slow them down. Because they actually have to... Actually, does it just beat affinity threats? Well, we're going to find out. We will find out how good Void Mirror actually is. Because it's in hand. I mean, that sounds fine. It's not insane, but it's fine. Mostly because of this sweet old ordered Void Mirror. I mean, our opponent does get to dump their hand of free spells. Tormod's Crypt, yeah. Ornithopter. Well, we will Necrobloom Snarl. Reveal a Swamp. Stitcher Supplier. Well, see if our opponent sacks. Pass the turn. All right. No big whammies this turn. Let us get down this Void Mirror before you go off. Urza Saga. Yeah, that's good. Opponent. Cranial Plating. Goes to combat. Passes. Now we get back the Squee, I think. Get back Squee. Play a Swamp. Void Mirror. Pass the turn. So this is at least going to make our opponent's life harder. Urza Saga. Doing what it does. I'm really curious how good this is. All right, going to equip, start hitting us with Ornithopter. Sure. Down to 16. Well, we untap. We will play Llanowar Waste. Stinkweed Imp. Go to combat, hit ya. Well, Stinkweed can play some D at least. Opponent not having enough lands to activate the Urza Saga is actually kind of big. So they get to tutor something up, but they didn't get to make Constructs, and then they still go down a land. What do they tutor up? Probably Springleaf Drum, I guess. Opponent. Trying to decide what they're tutoring for. Gets a Tormod's Crypt. Wait, no. Oh, another Ornithopter. Okay, that's fine. Sure, Ornithopter away. So I think this does stop affinity threats, the Void Mirror, because our opponent doesn't have an option to pay mana for them if their affinity's high enough. So it's at least going to make things awkward. All right, they get down a Sojourner's Companion. Sure. Tap land. I mean, we will block. We're going to block and dredge, actually. Opponent goes attacking. Well, block with Stinkweed. Kill the Ornithopter. See if they keep us from dredging it back. Opponent's thinking about it. Okay, so there goes Stinkweed. So we untap. We will commune with the gods. Get a Stitcher Supplier. Well, play Stitcher Supplier. Mill some cards. Woodland Chasm. Go. No, that didn't do much. I mean, we still have this Maelstrom Pulse that we can use at some point. We are hoping to find a zombie infestation, but can't pass the turn. Question's gonna be, do we have to... do we kill the Ornithopter or the Cranial Plating? All right, opponent going to equip, go to combat, hit us. We'll take 5. Yeah, I guess we gotta blow up this plating. Ooh, Faith of the Devoted. I'll play the land. Blow up Cranial Plating. Pass the turn. All right. All we need is a zombie infestation. And we got the setup. We got 2 Squees to discard. Opponent, Spire of Industry. Another Sojourner's Companion. Opponent, no attacks. Well, what do we find? Commune. Well, let's commune. That is one of our best ways to hit a zombie infestation. All right, there it is, zombie infestation. Play zombie infestation. We're getting there. Pass the turn. We also milled another Squee. All right, I think we might be okay. Opponent adapts. Hopefully they don't find Graveyard Hate. I guess they can't cast Tormod's Crypt, which is kind of hilarious. Oh, okay. Well, yeah, that's 9, 16, 17, 18, 19. All right. That does it. Huh. I think we got janked out. Fair enough. Oh, we needed like one more turn to get going, but opponent had the hoof. Oh, what's this hand look like? Ugh, all the squeeze, none of the action. Can we keep this? Ooh, I guess we gotta. Oh, I don't know if this stops the fast starts, though. Yeah, we'll put Master Death to the bottom. So we got the Faith of the Devoted, and not much else. Opponent's doing some mulliganing, which is hopefully good news for us. We don't have any hate cards, no Void Mirror this time. And these Field of Ruins are a little questionable. They are good against Urza Saga, but they're not good against all the indestructible lands. Woodland Chasm, go. Opponent. Tap land, and Ornithopter. Well, Field of Ruin. Stitcher's Supplier. Mill some cards. Well, we milled a stinkweed we can dredge, which we might. Darksteel Citadel. Cranial Plating. Yeah, I think we dredge stinkweed this turn. Dredge stinkweed. Field of Ruin. Play stinkweed. Pass the turn. We're hoping our opponent plays a land that's not indestructible, because we're going to need to get colored mana off of these eventually. Ornithopter, or Memnite. Tap land. 2 cards in hand. Opponent passes. Well, Master of Death. I guess we get it back. Another stinkweed? Is it worth it? We're going to wait. Okay, we draw colored mana. Well, play the tap land. Play Faith of the Devoted. Pass the turn. All right, what we need is Zombie Infestation. And not to die to Neoform shenanigans. Tap land for our opponent. Equips the plating. No attacks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, no dredge. We draw a swamp. Play the land. Maelstrom Pulse. Cranial Plating. Pass the turn. Opponent land. Passes. Well, this time we're dredging, because if we can dredge Zombie Infestation, we can get it back. So 1, 2... Deadly Brew. Everyone sack. Sack Stitcher Supplier. Get back Zombie Infestation. Mill some cards. Play Zombie Infestation. And we're going to start attacking. Actually, no, what we don't. They could play another one. All right, I think we're where we need to be. Memnite for our opponent. Land. Well, we're going to discard them both. Discard, discard. Drain you for 1 or for 2. Yup. Make a zombie. Yeah, opponents just has not found the finishers. We've dealt with the plating, and they haven't drawn the big stuff. I guess they also had to mulligan a lot. I think we dredge Stinkweed again. Now we just want to get as many Squees in the graveyard as possible. So get them back, get them back. Squee. Master of Death. Dredge Stinkweed. Go to combat. Attack you. Play Stinkweed. Pass the turn. I'm not even... Well, okay, here comes a snowball. I was going to say, I don't even know if we died to Crater Hoof, but if our opponent can card draw and make a board, we do. Urza Saga. Well, I mean, we can answer that before it does too much damage. Opponent, pass it. Well, Zombie Infestation. Discard them both, make a zombie, drain ya, down to 11. I think we need 2 more turns to win. Untap. We found 1 more Master of Death. Oh, actually, does that do it? That might do it. We get a Squee, we get a Master of Death, we get a Master of Death. And then we draw for the turn so we can drain for 8. Go to combat. Attack you. Opponent blocks. All right, so we don't win yet. We will Field of Ruin, Urza Saga, just in case. Get a land. Pass the turn. Oh, it's working. It's working. Opponent adapts. And our opponent gives us a GG, and we overcame Affinity somehow. I mean, I think the somehow in this game was our opponent, a little bit clunky with the running in our favor. They just didn't find the big stuff, but we'll take it. Budget Magic time. We are playing some 8 Squee Loam. I guess we're going to keep this. We got some removal. We got Face of the Devoted. Don't have any Squeeze or ways to discard yet, though. Well, when where waste go? Opponent, untap, Scalding Tarn. Correct, Scalding Tarn. Steam Vents, untapped. Dragon's Rage Channeler. Well, play a Snarl, reveal the forest. Deadly Brew, away the Dragon's Rage Channeler. Pass the turn. Dragon's Rage Channeler. And a land. And a bobble. Mills a Lava Dart, cracks the bobble, and a Soul Scar Mage. Good God. Opponent draws a card. Field of Ruin, eh? Well, I guess we play a land, kill the Dragon's Rage Channeler, pass the turn. Opponent, expressive iteration. Yes, Prowess deck's so strong these days. The free spells of Modern are pretty insane. The ones that you can use aggressively. The defensive ones I kind of like. Opponent, yeah, hits a land, cracks a land, mountain, lightning bolts, mutagenic grows, goes to combat, gets in for 6. Well, we will. Bone Shards. Kill the Soul Scar Mage, discard Master of Death. Field of Ruin. Faith of the Devoted. Need to find a way to start discarding. We need our Zombie Infestation. Ways to fill the graveyard would also help. Another expressive iteration. Yeah. The cards just keep coming. Opponent. Mutagenic Growth. Islet. Metamorphose. Alright, passes. Well, I don't even think we get this back yet. We can't do anything with it. Woodland Chasm. Well, I guess we blow up the Islet. Thin the deck. Get a Forest. Woodland Chasm. opponent. All right, there's a threat. Soulscar Mage. Land. Yeah, I guess we get it back. Ugh, so many Faith of the Devoteds, so few ways to discard Faith of the Devoted. We could just be dead here. That's kind of what Prowess does. Opponent cracks. Steam Vents. Swifts. Oh, now we're definitely dead. Swift Spear off the top. Third Expressive Iteration or Manamorphose? Manamorphose. Yeah. Lava Dart in the graveyard. I guess they need one more spell, but we're definitely dead. Land. All right. Well, maybe we live a turn to draw a forest and scoop it up. Yeah, we just didn't find... We drew all the Faith of the Devoteds, but no way to dig through our deck. No way to find the zombie infestation. No dredge cards. And ended up paying the price. Well, Weather the Storm, Bone Shards in. Go down a Maelstrom Pulse. Go down a Stitcher Supplier. And I guess... let's go down a Loam. Run it like that. I think Stinkweed's probably better. All right, we get to play first. Okay, well, we got a Loam. That's something. Woodland Chasm. Go. Plays a Mountain. Plays a Soulscar Mage. Well, Snarl. Reveal a Forest. Commune with the Gods. Take a Faith of the Devoted. Okay, well, that's step one, but we still need a way to discard. We need to find a zombie infestation. Opponent. Dragon's Rage Channeler, and a Mutagenic Growth, Mills Expressive Iteration, and a Lightning Bolt. Yeah, I mean, that's what this deck tries to do. Opponent gets it, hits us, sure. We get back a couple Squees. I mean, I guess we could get to the point where we can discard the hand size. Stitcher Supplier, mill some cards. Ugh, Zombie Infestation. Well, maybe we can get it back. Forest. I think for now, our hope is to weather the storm this turn. Opponent, Manamorphose. Yeah, there's a critical mass of aggressive free spells in Modern at the moment. Mills Expressive Iteration. Pumps the Dorks, draws a card. Another Expressive Iteration. Pumps the Dorks, surveils, draws a card. Draws two cards. Mills the land. Interesting. You'd think they'd want the land to play off of Expressive Iteration. Lava Dart. Plays a land from hand. Plays a Lava Dart. Well, this Weather of the Storm's going to be good. Opponent surveils, leaves it on top. We mill some cards. Opponent goes to combat. Well, we will take our beats, Weather the Storm, gain a bit of life. Untap, draw, Deadly Brew, but we don't have a creature. We need a creature. How do we get a creature here? So we can Deadly Brew to kill something. But we really want to get back these deadly infestations. Now, I think what we do is Deadly Brew, kill something, land, life from the loam, get back some lands. I think we're on the try to get to the discard to hand size point of the game. Stay bets, untapped, Sprite Dragon, things are getting worse. Lava Dart, grows the Dorks. Oh, geez. Stormwing Entity. Yeah. Hashtag's pretty busted. Hits us for a bunch. Yeah, I mean, we got to draw. Abrupt Decay can kill a thing, but not enough. 1, 2. So 1, 2, 3. Play Faith of the Devoted. Pass the turn. I mean, I guess our opponent's on to one card. That's something. Another Sprite Dragon. And more free spells. Yeah, I mean, I guess that does it. Well, we gave it the old college try, but this Prowess deck is pretty absurd in budget land. Dredge Loam. Loam back some lands. Yeah, we're just dead. Doesn't matter. Well, yeah, the Prowess deck's pretty busted, especially punishing against decks trying to do a kind of slow, grindy things like we are. Budget magic time. We are squee loaming in Modern. And I mean, we're going to keep this. Turn 1 Stitcher Supplier. Got some removal. Can fill the graveyard a bit. See what happens. None of our main combo pieces, though. Urza's mine. All right, so we appear to be against Tron. Well, let's snarl. Stitcher Supplier. Mill some cards. We do have Field of Ruin, but we are on the draw, which is the bad news. We need our opponent to miss Tron for like a turn, and we might be able to get there with Field of Ruin Loam. Loam was a good mill. Opponent. Blast Zone. All right, that's not a Tron land, so that's good news. Do we want to dredge the Loam? Probably not yet. Ooh. Well, we got to play the tap land. I would love to play this commune, but we really need to get Field of Ruin online. Hit you for 1. Opponent untaps. Might be Eldrazi Tron. It could be True. I don't know. We'll see. I don't know what version of Tron they're playing. Okay. It is Eldrazi Tron. So opponent, Mana Reshaper, and passes. Still probably not going to Dredge Loam. Let's commune with the gods. See if we can find one of our enchantment payoffs. Zombie Infestation, the most important. Well, we will take Faith of the Devoted. Not as good as Zombie Infestation, but still helpful. Land, go. Well, let's see what our opponent can do. A little worried about Karn. Karn getting graveyard hate would be pretty obnoxious. We do have 2 Squees in the graveyard, which is nice. Well, Squee and a Master Death, but still need to find Zombie Infestation at some point. No attacks. Opponent. Urza's Saga. Okay. Yeah. And opponent goes combat, attacks. Yeah, we'll take it down to 17. Expedition map. Chalice on 1. Well, that does shut down our bone shards. Well, I think we get back Squee, get back Master of Death. Kind of want to dredge the Loam here. Yeah, let's dredge Loam. Play Field of Ruin. Blow up Urza Saga. Get a forest. Loam back some lands. Get in for 1. Discard. Opponent. All right, gonna crack the map. Gets a Saga. Well, discard. Just need to find our Zombie Infestation. Opponent. Saga goes to combat. Hits us. Down to 13. Passes. Well, get back the dorks. Actually, maybe we just get back Squee. I think our plan is blow up Saga and, either play Faith of the Devoted or Stinkweed Imp. Probably Faith of the Devoted. So we get back Squee. We're not going to pay the life for Master of Death. We're going to draw for the turn to see if we can hit our Zombie Infestation, that is the missing piece of the puzzle. Yep, so get back Squee. Not going to pay the life for Master Death this turn. Draw a, no dredge. Draw Loam. Well, we will play Field of Ruin. We will Field of Ruin Urza Saga. Opponent floats a mana. We will get a Swamp. All right, opponent's out of waste, which is nice. No attacks. Play Faith of the Devoted. Pass the turn. Opponent. Wow, Dismember Stitcher Supplier, interesting. Well, we mill some cards. Oh, there goes our Zombie Infestation. Karn for Tormod's Crypt is what we're scared of. That is what we're mostly scared of. Opponent. Cavern. Up to 5 mana. Uh-oh. Thought Not Seer. All right. Well, let's see what they take. Opponent is down to 1 card, which is nice. Maybe they take the Squee, I guess. Maybe they take the Deadly Brew. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Yeah, we can't quite do everything next turn. Maybe they take Bone Shards. Oh, Chalice on 1 isn't insane against our deck, but it is good against that. Opponent takes, what did they take? Wow, they did. Wow, I was joking. They did take it. Okay, that's good. I didn't think it was actually going to happen. That was 100% a joke. Opponent goes attacking, hits us. Yeah, down to 10. We untap. All right, how can we do this? Master of Death. 1, 2, sack. 1, 2, 3. Ugh, what are we doing this turn? So we can Stinkweed, Deadly Brew, get back Zombie Infestation for next turn, and hope we live. They do get to draw off this Mana Reshaper. All right, so let's say no. I guess we could also dredge Stinkweed and just play 2 Stinkweeds. Let's do that. Dredge Stinkweed, Field of Ruin. Stinkweed. Go. All right, no whammies. Opponent untaps. Still most scared of Karn for graveyard hate. Oh, we're so close. Like, if we can get back a Zombie Infestation, then we're in business. Opponent goes to combat. All right, we will take the 3 here. Down to 7. Power Plant. Passes. Well, get our stuff back. Yup. We will draw for the turn. We will Field of Ruin. Blow up Power Plant. Opponent floats a mana. We get a forest. We will Deadly Brew. Make our opponent sacrifice. We also have to sacrifice. Get back Zombie Infestation. Opponent. Oh, it's Karn. Okay, that's real bad. Real bad. Probably deadly bad. We will play a forest. Yeah, that is exactly what we needed not to happen. Zombie infestation. Oh. Yeah, Karn is what we've been afraid of. Karn is exactly what we've been afraid of. Karn for graveyard hate shuts down all of our fun. Well, we will pass the turn. Opponent takes up the Blast Zone to 3. Okay, we will pass the turn. Well, let's see if they go with Karn or Blast Zone. Land. Well, big decisions. Do they play the Karn or do they Blast Zone? Opponent. Wow, neither? Reality Smasher. Okay. Well, that is acceptable. Oh, this is the best case scenario. Opponent. Attacks. Well, we will discard, drain you, make a zombie, block Thought Not Seer. I think we might be able to win this turn. Kill Thought Not, draw a card. I guess we dredge. All right, another Squee's nice. We will discard, Squee, Stinkweed, make a zombie. Oh, we definitely got it. Oh, we got it. Wow. Good thing our opponent drew that Reality Smasher. If they had went either other option, I don't know if we win this game. Discard. Yeah. So make some zombies. Untap. Get back 3 Squeeze. Get back a Master of Death. Dredge Loam. Go to combat. Attack you. Oh, wow. Okay. Discard. Squee Master of Death. Drain you. Zombie. Discard 2 Squeeze. Drain you. And we got there. Oh my goodness. Wow. We got super lucky that our opponent drew Reality Smasher. They had 2 choices. Play Karn Wrath or Graveyard. Would have been really bad for us. Blast Zone, kill Faithfully Devoted. Would have been really bad for us. But then they top deck Reality Smasher, which gave them choice number 3, which was pretty tempting. And our opponent went with what I assume was probably the wrong choice. Well, we'll bring in 2 Void Mirrors. I guess a Damping Sphere? And what do we go down? That is the question. Go down Abrupt Decay. Maybe go down a Stitcher Supplier and go down a what? A what? Do we gotta go down a Master of Death? Yeah, let's go down 1 Master. I'm a little worried about graveyard hate. Like, Karn shutting down our graveyard is a realistic threat here. On the other hand, Voidmere is insanely good against our opponent's deck. Like, ridiculously good. This hand doesn't do much. I think we will maul again. I mean, we got lands, but the rest of the hand doesn't really do anything. Okay, this has a Voidmere. We will keep. We will put a Stinkweed into the bottom. Well, okay. Field of Ruin would be nice, because the way they can get out from under Voidmere is Blast Zone, Eldrazi Temple, and Expedition Map. There's a fielder. Okay, well, this is a big turd to see what our opponent does. I guess double Eldrazi Temple Thought Not Seer also is really bad. Okay, Matter Reshaper. I think we can find our way through that. Well, we will play a Llanowar Waste and a Void Mirror. Let's slow things down. Voidmere is so good against Eldrazi Tron. So opponent needs Blast Zone to get rid of Voidmere, or they need Cavern of Souls to try to cast stuff through the Voidmere. Opponent. And Field of Ruin is the answer to Blast Zone. Blast Zone? Cavern, okay. Well, it's the answer to Cavern, too. Plays a Cavern on Eldrazi. Opponent hits us. Sure. Well, we will Field of Ruin and blow up the Cavern. Get a Swamp. So now our opponent has to just naturally draw a Blast Zone and hope that we don't draw a Field of Ruin again or a way to get it back. Urza's Saga. Well, I guess Urza's Saga can eventually... Urza's Saga can get an Expedition Map without casting it, which can get a... Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, we are in full-on flood-out mode here. Past the turn. Yeah, this Urza's Saga gives our opponent hope if we keep drawing nothing. And so far, we've just drawn all lands every single turn. Urza's Saga... Oh, Urza's Saga is so good. Urza's Saga can get our opponent an Expedition Map, which Expedition Map can get a Blast Zone, and Blast Zone can get rid of Voidmere. So we need to find action, essentially. Loam is probably the best. Like, if we can find a life from the Loam, we should win. Because we can just Field of Ruin down all the lands. And we know they only have 1 basic, because I got Strip Mine... Oh my god, they just... Oh, well. Looks like everything's coming up Tron this time. Ouch. What a draw. Opponent. We draw the zombie infestation, but I don't even think we can play it. Plus, we don't have anything to combo with it. Play the land, yeah. I think our opponent found the way through. They had the right cards. Opponent. Gonna make a construct. Untaps. Gonna make a construct. Well, come on, Field of Ruin. Field of Ruin can still maybe get us out of this. Opponent gets the Expedition map. Well, we need the Field of Ruin, and we need it now. Opponent goes to combat. Gonna hit us for 6, which is a fast clock. Yeah. Down to 5. Another Saga. Well, let's see what we draw. Commune. I don't think that does it. Commune with the gods. Faith of the devoted. Mill nothing of relevance. So we can kill these. Yeah. All right, game 3. I know we're not dead that turn, but I don't want to show our opponent like Maelstrom Pulse and whatnot. There's no way we win that game. We're 0%. Well, all right. Urza Saga, real magic card. We get to play first. Let's see what our hand looks like. We have a Field of Ruin. We have a Faith of the Devoted, but not much else. Is this good enough? Let's mulligan. Well, Voidmere, 1 land, we are keeping. We are keeping, and we are praying super duper hard to the magic gods. We need an untap land. We even have the Field of Ruin. So if we just can draw an untap land, this hand is great. We got the Life from the Loam. We got the Field of Ruin. This is a hand that wins us the game if we can draw an untap land. Preferably 2, but we need the lands. We need the lands. Opponent's doing some mulliganing. Well, Field of Ruin. Oh, please, magic gods. Reward us for keeping this Voidmere 1-lander about it. Waste. Wow, they're 1 basic. Expedition map. Do we draw a land? Yes. Okay. Voidmere. Go. Well, now we just need 1 more land. 1 more land for the Field of Ruin, and that should be game. We know our opponent only has 1 waste, so if we can get 1 more land and start blowing up lands, we strip mine lock our opponent super quick. Urza Saga. Okay. Land, please. All right, that's Field of Ruin. All right, that's what we wanted to see. We will pass the turn. Oh, we're good. We're good. I don't think our opponent can win now. Opponent. Gonna crack the Expedition map. Get a Cavern. Well, we will Field of Ruin. Urza Saga. Get a Forest. Oh, they brought in another waste. Sneaky opponent. Sneaky. All right, so opponent brought in another waste from their sideboard, presumably. I swear we strip mine them with one waste in game 1. Blast Zone. Opponent passing. We're fine with continuing to draw lands, actually. Woodland Chasm. Well, we will play Woodland Chasm. We will pass the turn. Opponent going to take a Blast Zone. We are going to blow up Blast Zone. Get a Forest. All right, now we're strip mining. Opponent. So even if they play the Cavern, they can only play a 3-drop, which isn't that good. And now we can loam back the Field of Ruins, and I think that's just game. Opponent names Eldrazi. Passes. I think our opponent might just scoop to this low. Oh my god. Field of Ruin. Blow up your Cavern. Got him. Get a Forest. An opponent. Well, I don't know how good this deck is overall, but apparently it's good against Tron, and I'll take it. If I had to choose a single matchup to win in Modern and lose every other matchup, it's definitely Tron. So, well, at least we beat Tron. At least we beat Tron with our Jake. Well, sweet. So what did we learn this week about 8 Squee Infestation? And overall, we went 3-2 with the deck, so a pretty decent record. We got to see the good and the bad of the deck. We played 2 different, very aggressive, like Delver/Prowess style decks. Those were tough. We made it close sometimes, but those matchups, easy for those decks to just overwhelm our removal. Our deck has a really crazy engine for when the game goes long, but those decks can just close out the game so quickly, it gets a lot harder. So those matchups felt a little bit sketchy. On the other hand, we beat our arch nemesis Tron twice, including once when we got our opponent to salt out and disconnect thanks to locking them with Field of Ruins and Void Mirrors, and we beat an Affinity deck kind of impressively. So I feel like this is a deck that it's really unique. And the plan does work. Like, once it gets going, we got to see it, like, the amount of value in damage in zombies it can generate without hardly using any mana at all is really, really, really strong. Like, when the game goes long, this deck is probably going to win in one way or another. The downside of the deck is it can be a little bit slow to get going. We got to get 2 different enchantments. We have Commune with the Gods to find them, but still, sometimes we don't find a zombie infestation, or things get a little bit weird and are a little bit harder. And even once we get it going, since we want mana to like pay for Faith of the Devoted, we want to have like 4 at least Squees going, or even 6 or 8 is even better. So we need time to like mill them and find them. It does take a little bit. So it's not the fastest deck, but it has a ton of grindy power. It does really cool things. If you like making zombies, if you like weird synergies, I actually like this as a budget deck. I think it's relatively competitive. Just watch out for Graveyard Hate. Graveyard Hate is a blowout. The other thing I want to mention is, as far as upgrading this deck, by far the biggest thing is the mana base. I think you probably do some stuff with the non-lands in the deck. You can play like Assassin's Trophy as part of the removal package, but by far the biggest update you can make is just a more tier modern mana base, because we had some games, as weird as this sounds, where we actually really wanted to cast a Squee or cast a Master of Death, and there's just not really any way to be 4 colors on a budget. But non-budget, when you got fetch lands and shock lands, it would be very easy to pay a really strong mana base that could also have like 1 Blood Crypt or 1 Stomping Ground to cast a Squee, or maybe throw in 1 Watery Grave to cast a Master of Death, just in case we end up in those games where we need to cast them, because we did see that sometimes. Or we'd have weird draws. I think the Delver match in specific, we trade off a ton of resources. Our opponent was drawing like Delvers and so forth. We were drawing Squeeze and Master of Death, and we just couldn't really cast them. They probably wouldn't have saved us anyway, but at least they would have done something. So I think that's the easiest place to upgrade. But anyway, I like this deck. It's unique. It's fairly powerful. It can grind for days. It does really cool things. So if you like graveyard synergy decks, you like Squeeze and discarding and draining, I would definitely recommend it. I don't think it's broken in Modern or anything, but I do think for a budget deck that it's relatively competitive and pretty upgradable. So that's 8 Squee Infestation. That's been our budget magic for this week. Thanks for watching. I hope you all enjoyed it, and I will talk to you soon. Did you enjoy today's budget magic? Well, make sure to check out last week's episode, where our old friend Siege Rhino returned to Modern, backed by some of the new reanimation spells from Modern Horizons 2.